The Tasmanian election is coming up this Saturday and candidates are in their final days of campaigning. Even Hollywood star Leonardo DiCaprio is weighing in on the state's logging debate, posting a message to his Instagram calling to save Tassie's forests. For more, let's bring in live now the political editor at the Mercury, David Killick. David, good to see you. Thanks for your time. Leo's a pretty big deal, but has forestry and more broadly environmental policy been big issues in this campaign? Is there much of a difference between the major parties on those fronts?
It's great to be with you, and it's great to see Leonardo making the Tasmanian election an international headline issue. Forestry traditionally has been a really important issue in Tasmanian politics, but it's been eclipsed this election by cost of living, by health, by housing and by education. Those are the issues that have been running front of mind with voters and front of mind with politicians. Our AFL team and the stadium debate have been running a distant fourth or fifth, depending on how you add those up. So really, the environment is always an important issue for Tasmania. It's been a divisive issue in the past, but issues over forestry in particular have really taken a backseat this time around.
So, David, we're all gearing up to watch the leaders facing off this afternoon, the final time before polling day. What is it you want to hear from them or see from them today at this point in the campaign? What positions, just a few days out, would you like to see more clarity on from either side?
Yeah, really what we've been seeing all the way through, we've had several opinion polls through, and Tasmania has the Hare-Clark system, so it's far more likely to return minority governments. And I think what undecided voters will be wanting to see is either a pitch from one of the leaders that convinces them that majority government is the way to go, or I think really what Tasmanians need to see is a mature approach to this new political reality that we find ourselves in. With 35 seats in the House of Assembly and neither party, based on the polling, likely to reach a majority, it's how those leaders might deal with minor parties and opposition parties. Both have ruled out doing a deal with the Greens, harking back to the Labor Greens Accord of 2010, which is still spoken about in Tasmanian political circles. It doesn't look like an experiment that's likely to be repeated, but we are likely to see up to 10 independents and minor party candidates. The Greens putting in a strong showing in Lyons and Bass during the campaign. Jackie Lambie, network candidates expected to finish prominently in Bass and Braddon, and other independents in Clark and Franklin in particular. So expecting to see a big crossbench, and we're expecting that the post-election period will be just as important to who forms government as the pre-poll period.
Because it's not very realistic, is it, considering that set of circumstances you just outlined to us, that the major party leaders wouldn't have to strike some sort of deal?
Yeah, the suggestion is that with the benefit of incumbency and seeking a fourth term, the Liberals can look at 14, maybe 15 seats in a 35-seat House. There's going to have to be some realism and some maturity from whoever finishes in a position. That could be either of the leaders to build a coalition. We'll see, likely a minority government and the sorts of horse trading that you see in similar systems that are in place in the ACT in New Zealand, where regardless of who gets the most seats in the election, if that's 14 or 15, that's not a majority. They're going to have to build a coalition that ensures that at the very least the party who seeks to form government has an assurance of support in votes of confidence and to pass budget bills.
You mentioned the footy team a little bit earlier. We've seen a lot of press over this on this in the last 24 hours. Bit of controversy, I see, over the jersey design.
Yeah, look, it's Tasmanians love a good debate, and we like falling on. We like digging our trenches and having a good blue. People are very engaged on the team. We're very proud to the prospect of having our own AFL team. There's a debate raging over the stadium. I imagine that this jersey design, this is our inaugural jersey design, so I imagine that'll be kicked around. We're going to have other jersey designs follow. Interestingly, we've had 100,000 people sign up to be inaugural members of the AFL team. It's only 550,000 people in Tasmania, so 1 in 5 people signing up in the first 36 hours is an amazing response, and it's really energised people behind the team bubbling away in the background is the debate over the construction of the stadium on the Hobart waterfront, which will be the home ground or one of the co-home grounds for the team. And we expect to hear from the leaders during the debate this afternoon exactly what their position is. The Liberals backing it in heavily, Labor wanting to renegotiate the contract with the AFL, which mandates the construction of a covered all-weather AFL stadium at Macquarie Point in central Hobart.
Yep, Tasmanians love their footy, no doubt about it. David Killick, really appreciate your time. Enjoy the final days of the campaign. Appreciate your analysis.